Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday's week 7 math instructional video. So remember, this is the last video for this week. So this video is, to see the owls. This video is about prime numbers and composite numbers. So a prime number is a number that only has two factors, one and itself. Hold on, let me make sure the video is saving. Okay. A composite number is a number that has more than two factors. So, for example, 5 only has two factors, 1 and 5. There's no other way to multiply a whole number with a whole number to get 5. 6, on the other hand, we just showed in the last video, has more than one way to get 6. I can do 1 times 6, but I also can do 2 times 3. So I can do 2 groups of 3, that's going to give me 6. I can do 3 groups of 2, that's going to give me 6. And then, of course, 6 times 1, 1 times 6. So it has more than just the two factors of 1 and the number itself. That makes it a composite number. Easy breezy. For those of you that know your multiplication facts, this is going to be super easy. But there's some little tricks that we can learn. And I'm going to have a chart for those of you that are in class displayed on the wall that will help you when you're trying to figure out, is this number prime or is it composite? We really want to memorize this next chart that I'm about to show you, because it's not going to be available when you take your tests or in life. So it's better to just know these little tricks. Okay, so we talked about this on the Monday video. Now we actually have to put it to the test. So let's say we're going to look at the number 32. We want to find, is it prime or is it composite? That's all we're doing today. Prime, composite, that's it. You don't have to find factors, you don't have to find multiples, you don't have to find anything. You will kind of find the multiples. I'm sorry, you will kind of find the factors, but that's not what they're really asking today. Really, all you have to write is prime or composite. On the test on Friday, it's going to say, identify what numbers are prime, identify what numbers are composite, and they're going to give you some numbers to figure out which is which. So let's say I have 32. Let's see, we'll start with 2. The product is even. Remember, if the number ends in an even number, 2, 4, 6, 8, it's an even number. So yes, 32 is one of the factors of 32 is going to be 2. So let's write, let me get my pen. Two. That's one factor. The product is a multiple of 3. So let's count by 3s and see if it's a multiple of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. But I don't know what I'm counting by. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, and then I would have to have 3 more. So 30, 33. So 33, it doesn't work. So 3 is not a multiple of 32. The product is divided in half is still even. So if I took 32 and I divided it by 2, so let's do that over here in the corner. If you don't know how to do division this way, you could draw 2 circles and divide up the 32. And then if they were even, like if you didn't have any left over, then that would work. So let's just do it this way because it's quicker. So 2 goes into 3 one time. 2 times 1 is 2. I subtract. 3 take away 2 is 1. Bring down my 2. 2 times 6 is 12. So when I divide it in half, which means dividing it by 2, it's still even. It is still even. So 4 would be a factor. 5, the product ends in 5 or 0. It does not, so 5 is not a factor. If 3 is a factor and its factor pair is even, so 3, hold on, I'm trying to think. Yeah, 3 times 8 would be 32. So it says, if 3 is a factor, it is. Oh, 3 is not a factor. Hold on. I think I made a boo-boo. See, sometimes teachers make boo-boos too. So if I had 32, no, it's not a factor. I'm so sorry. It's 8 times 4, not 8 times 3. I was having a moment. So 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 4 is 32. So that doesn't work. If 4 is a factor and its factor pair is even, so we just discussed 4 is a factor because 4 times 8 is 32, and its pair is even. Well, 8 is even, so 8 would be a factor. The product's digits add up to 9. So 3 plus 2 is 5. If I added the 3 and the 2 together, that would be 5. So that doesn't work. The product ends in 0. I just realized I'm doing this wrong. Okay, it's okay. This is good practice anyways. The product ends in 0. It does not end in 0, so we know it's not a multiple of 10. The product's digits in the 1s and 10s place are the same. No, that would be like 33, 44, 55. Sorry, 33, 44, 55, 66, where it's the same, the 10s and the 1s. And then if 3 and 9 are both factors, which it's not. And then I would have 16 because 2 times 16 is 32. And then 32. And I forgot my 1 over here. Okay, but I kind of made a mistake because they don't want to know what the factors. They didn't ask that. I just gave them a whole bunch of information that nobody even wanted to know. But we had to do that to figure out if it was prime or if it was composite. So it is composite because I have more than just 1 and 32. So it would be, I don't think I can write this whole word because it's hard to write with the mouse, but we'll just put comp for composite. If it only had 1 and 32, it would be prime. So if you know your multiplication facts, this gets a lot easier. Because like if we look at 21, okay, I know the factors of 21 are 1 and 21 and 3 and 7. So I have four factors. So it's not composite, it would be prime. For these other ones where it gets a little harder that you're not necessarily going to know, then you would use these factor rules to see if it's prime or composite like I just did. So I would suggest listing out the factors and making sure that they fit this list, and then that's going to tell you if it's prime or composite. If you start to do this and you see none of these work, only 1 and the number, then you know, oh, it's going to be a prime number. It's really just easier. There's not that many prime numbers from 1 to 100. So I think it's a lot easier to memorize those numbers that are prime. I will put that up on a chart on Schoology at some point this week, and I will post it in my classroom, the numbers that are prime. And it probably would be easier than listing them all out, just to memorize those as prime numbers, and then knowing, okay, well, all the other numbers are composite. Okay, so you're gonna practice. I would suggest you go back to this chart. I will post this chart on Schoology. Use this chart, it will help you to figure out if they are prime or they are composite. So this is your independent practice. You're gonna do page 275, 10 through 19. Don't forget, you do have an assignment on Savas that is posted that you need to complete as well. It is going to be on prime or composite numbers. So it will be, I feel like that's probably one of the most challenging concepts for this week. So that's why I picked that to do on Savas. And you need to do the daily question for today. So this is the daily question. If you are at home, do this in your journal. If you are at school, you have this on a worksheet that you can do. All right, let me know if you have any questions. See you soon. Don't forget about the math test and your Savas assignment.